let's make lemonade. Let's go to work.
That's the signal. Go, 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 go.
Six.
It's beautiful.
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude.
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Nissan. Drive the 2026 Pathfinder for just $199 a month, a stylish sedan with impressive tech, comfort, and value, all at a price that's hard to beat. Start your buying journey at willisauto.com. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube this morning, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comment section. You can always call the show at 515-517-2303 and follow us on social media. Ross Peterson, good morning from the Wisconsin Dells.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Very good. Something happened on the YouTube chat that this is a total pivot. I've never seen this before. Midwest Lawn Authority sent us 440 gems. I have no idea what gems are. It's like a digital currency. Yeah, I go.
Oh, well, thank you, Midwest Lawn Authority.
Yeah, I have no idea what gems are, but thank you so much for the gems. Maybe you could use the gems on your vacation.
Yeah, I could use them up here at the Dells. I'm sure they take gems and tokens and blood, firstborns, everything.
Plasma.
Yeah, anything worth value. They have they've got a way of extracting it from you up here at the Wisconsin Dells. I am at the tourist trap in the heart of Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a beautiful state. It's got a lot of really cool natural stuff. You can do a lot of things that are free in Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Dells is like the one thing that they do that is a money milk.
It's like, come on to the Dells. We've got it all here.
But so here's the deal. I go up here every year to northern Wisconsin. I'll be headed up north of like Wausau, where you used to work, near Anago.
Wow, that's cool. You're going way north, man.
Way north. And that's where we go camping every year for a week with my cousins. And every year I kind of take a different route to get there. Some years I go up through La Crosse. Some years I go over to Milwaukee and up and see my cousins over there. I have a cousin that lives it's actually technically a second cousin, my mom's cousin's kid, but I'm very close with her still. She lives in, I think, Stoughton or something like that. They live in a beautiful home right on a golf course. I was going to stay there, but one of her kids wanted to come to the Dells and spend a day at this place called the Land of Natura. And like I was telling you yesterday, it's not a concrete water park. It's an actual lake. And then they put a bunch of inflatables and slides and stuff into the lake. And then there's nature hikes and things like that. So that's what we're going to do today. But dude, I had an epic trip up yesterday. It was amazing. We went to the Field of Dreams, left Des Moines and drove to Dyersville. And got into Dyersville pretty close to noon. So before we hit the field, we went to like the Dyersville Family Diner in town, hit a few shops in Dyersville, and then ended up over at the Field of Dreams and spent some time. It was a beautiful day. There were a lot of people there.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you. It was Dyersville have a lot of people in it, and then did the Field of Dreams have a lot of people that were there?
Dyersville, I mean, yeah, dude, to think about Dyersville on a Tuesday midday, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, the diner had 20 people in it.
Wow.
The Field of Dreams, there were 100 people or more wandering around. I mean, way more than that, maybe a couple hundred people, because they have a restaurant there. I wish I would have known, or I would have just eaten there, because they actually
could have got a hot dog that the kid choked on.
And got a picture of Audrey sitting up on where the girl falls and chokes on the hot dog. I said they should have like a pillow or a trampoline there for kids to sit there and fall off. I mean, a great thing. Anyway. Field of Dreams was cool.
I've got a couple questions about the Field of Dreams. I've never been to the Field of Dreams. And since Field of Dreams is baseball related, it's sports related. Is there an admission to get into the Field of Dreams? So when you pull in, can you just park your car and then go see? But is there an admission to the Field of Dreams?
There's a suggested donation.
Okay. Do they suggest what that donation should be?
They're free. Their suggested donation is $20 per car.
Okay.
3 of us, wasn't a big deal, right? $20, and we weren't there for long. We weren't there for an hour. We got out, we walked around, we went up to the house, we took some pictures, went and looked at the new stuff that they've had since I hadn't been there in probably 30 years or so, and then went and walked around the field, checked out the corn, real corn. Surprised.
Well, you sent me the photo and you go, so you think this is real corn? And I can't see through the photo. I'm like, it's fake? You had me hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, holy crap, they put fake corn out there where they said the ghosts are listening. Ross had me. I was gullible at one point.
Trav, I will say this. There's a few things about it I didn't anticipate or maybe I don't remember correctly. Number one is the corn is not at field length, meaning it's about 200 yards or 200 feet from home plate, maybe a little further than that. There's not much outfield. The corn they've brought the corn further and further and further in. Okay. Also, I don't remember, and we watched the movie again on Monday night. There's no hill in right field. There's no hill in center. There's a hill in center field. Right center field, there's like a hill.
Really?
Yeah. It's strange. It's strange. And they had everything blocked off. I wanted to go back and see the MLB stuff and see the permanent structures. That was all blocked off. But when you look at like an aerial view of it, Travis, it's in what they have planned out there is incredible.
So have they started all the other complex part of it yet? I mean, because I know I know the Major League Baseball stuff is there. Then I don't think they use where you were at the movie set. They don't play ball on there anymore. That's just come see what it's about.
Yeah.
But Frank Thomas and those guys were part of a larger group that were going to build multi fields out there for like youth baseball. Has that started yet?
I think I didn't see any of that, so I don't know.
Well, if you didn't see that, then it's probably hasn't started yet.
They're building that way on the back end of the complex.
Okay,
it came in from the south side, and that's all going. So I don't know if they are or not. I shouldn't speak to that. We left there and we drove. We kind of did a little bit in that northeast part of the state. We kind of spent a few more hours than we were supposed to. Okay, because Eli wanted to go to the Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. Now that's something that's in Dubuque. That dude. 10 years ago, this thing was free and garbage. It was one building that showed how they built old boats and then 2 old boats that you could go out on and see how they would. One was a dredger and one was like a paddle boat or something. I don't remember. They've built now. It's way better than the Science Center or anything in Des Moines. Way better.
Really?
It was awesome. The aquarium is huge. Now, that was pretty expensive. That one was like $20 a piece, something like that.
Wow.
Yes, that one got that. That was like, ooh, okay. And then we did spend a few hours there. And of course, Eli's fish crazy. So he was telling us everything about,
That's a male stingray. You can tell because by his tail, there's finagle flangers.
What's a finagle flanger?
The thing by his tail.
It's like talking to Napoleon Dynamite. Anyway, we had a great time at that. And while we were there, my buddy Mitch, when I woke up yesterday morning, I saw that my buddy Mitch was at Field of Dreams. So I sent him a message. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be at Field of Dreams with the kids. He's like, man, we'll be ships in the night. Well, we're just leaving. But while you're up here, he said, I grew up here. So go check out a few places while you're here. So he told me about going up to Murray's Outdoor Shop in Gutenberg. Is it in Wisconsin or Iowa?
It's in Iowa. Okay.
Travis, that north, dude, that section of Iowa, though, right along the
Mississippi,
it's not like any other part of Iowa, man. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Like it feels like you're almost driving in the mountains. And then you hit these valleys that are just gorgeous. So we went up to Murray's Outdoor Store, got some stuff up there, met some of Mitch's buddies. And then we crossed the river So the longest stretch of the Mississippi River where there is no bridge, you can cross at like Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin. And then the next bridge is Dubuque. So in the middle of that is the Cassville Ferry.
What, is that the picture you just sent me?
Yeah. Yeah, we took a ferry yesterday. Took a ferry across the Mississippi yesterday.
I didn't know there were ferries that went across the Mississippi.
I hadn't been on that thing since I was probably 8, 9 years old, dude. First of all, you have to find it. You've got to travel on dirt roads for about 2-3 miles to get back to this ferry.
Where the kids like, what the hell are we doing, Dad? Where are we going?
Yeah, but they loved it. They absolutely loved it.
So how long does it take a ferry to get across the Mississippi?
So it goes down the river quite a ways too. It takes you from, again, where you get on it, you're not in a town. You're on dirt roads for a long time. And then it drops you off in Cassville, Wisconsin. It probably took 20 minutes. Something like that. Maybe 15, 20 minutes. But
Now, how many cars were on the ferry with you?
Me and one other.
And that was, let me guess, that was $25 for the ferry?
$20 for the car. Yeah.
Okay.
Cash only.
Cash only.
Got to the place. I'm pulled up. The guy's sitting there waiting. And he comes walking up. He's an old timer. And he's like, it's cash only. Like, where's an ATM? He's like, got to go back to Guttenberg.
So you had to turn around and go back?
Turned around, went all the way back to Guttenberg.
Did you say, there's a thing called Venmo, sir, and
Found
that's the
an
same as
ATM.
cash. That's the same as cash.
Then drove from Cassville through like Boscobel and Gotham and Casanova, like all these little farm towns in Wisconsin, and it was awesome. Loved it. We had an absolutely perfect day, Travis, until I got here to the Dells.
Is this the mishap? You said, hey, we had one mishap.
One
yesterday.
mishap. All me. Get to the hotel, checking into the hotel, walk in. Can I have your name? Peterson. O-N? Yeah. What's your first name? Ross. You that look on the, like you're watching the person type and they're like, you're like, what the? This is supposed to be pretty easy. This is supposed to be okay. Here's your room key. You're like, you know what I mean? We've all done this. But he's like, he goes, can I see your ID? Slide my ID across. And he says, you have a reservation for 2 nights. I said, yep, I'm saying tonight and tomorrow night. No, your reservation is for the 28th and 29th. You booked this for next Tuesday and next Wednesday?
Why does this not surprise me? Why does this not surprise me?
I'm like, no, I did not. And he's like, you did. I'm like, can you help me out? And he's like, well, you did it on booking.com. And so you're going to have to change it through there. And of course, I pay for, I like go out of my way to avoid any extra charges for like, do you want to pay $1 in case you want to change something? No, I'm good. Booking.com was awesome. It took me a minute. I went on my thing. I clicked it. I said, change dates, changed it to the dates. It took 10 minutes, but that was there was a moment of like, and it's 8:00. You know what I mean?
And you're tired. You want to get in the room.
Yes, exactly. You know the feeling. But there are a bajillion hotels. I was going to find a room, but no, worked out great. So now here I'm broadcasting live from the pool is like right here. There's the pool there.
Oh, look at that pool. Look at that nice pool.
Yeah. But as far as I'm not in a breakfast area. There isn't even a breakfast area in this hotel.
I'm just impressed they didn't charge you for that room. Like when I was in Savannah and I wanted to use the room, they're like, yeah, for a rental fee. And I'm like, I'm only going to be in there from 4 a.m. until 8. I'll be out before your corporate synergy group arrives.
That's what, yeah. And Jay said 2 random chairs. Well, Jay, those chairs belong to that table that I've also commandeered. So it all makes sense if you were here.
I like how Ross bargained for the room. He They said, well, we unlock it at 8. And he's like, I was thinking I needed it at 5. And they're like, well, we're the ones who lock it up. I guess we could just leave it unlocked.
was
for
great.
you.
I just went back to that. I'm like, I found this little room. And then again, there's nobody. It's not like this isn't a breakfast area. It's not a meeting room. I don't know what it is. I can't understand. Again, I hate to keep doing this, but it's like there's a door to the outside right there.
Okay.
And there's
You know
like
what that room-
there's like a canopy here. This used to be some sort of lobby.
Here's what I think it is. It's kind of like the cry room for parents, meaning they don't want to go to the pool and smell chlorine. And if they feel their kids are okay to swim, they just go, you know what? Let's go grab a 6-pack. Let's go grab a 5th of Jack. Let's just go hang out in the air condition and
You
not
nailed
have to deal with the screaming kids.
Travis, you just nailed it because there are actually there are 2 outdoor areas too that are just like this, that are like attached to the pool area, but you're not in the pool. You can see in. That's for the dads to smoke their cigarettes and watch their kids.
How you doing there, Johnny? No horseplay there, kiddos.
Knock on the window instead of saying anything. They just knock on the window. Hey, gong, 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 gong. Did you get that look?
Did I get that look? Did I get that look all the time? God, you just brought back memories. Now I know why I didn't like my dad, because I got looks like that. Man, did your dad smoke? Did your dad smoke?
Oh, yeah,
did you get
yeah.
that look?
Oh yeah. Dad was a smoker. Dad had a pretty good belly on him, and he was also very involved with the Little League. And one of my friend's favorite memories was one year when my dad was our coach, or one of our coaches, and he's standing out in the outfield with his belly and his cigarette, and he says, "Boys, we're gonna be a running team."
Wow. You start, Dad. You start.
You start. That's a good way to
Show
put
us
it.
how it's done. You know, talking about, I was going to say this for later on, but we can get to it now, is that, you talk about your father's reactions and stuff. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who has announced this is his last year. Ross, he's like reunited with the family.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, and more is coming out about it. I mean, a lot of people thought Aaron Rodgers was strange, and he is strange, right? And it was kind of well documented that he wasn't talking to any members of his family, not his mom, not his dad, not his brothers. And it really, the downhill started when his brother was on The Bachelorette. You remember The Bachelorette?
Oh, that's right. That's when it kind of started?
Well, it was happening beforehand, but the tipping point was when they went to the Rodgers home, and they were having dinner with I forget which brother it was, and the girl, and he ended up marrying the Bachelorette, and they're still married.
Well, that's good.
But they end up having a dinner, and they on television left 2 empty chairs, signifying that Aaron wasn't there.
I've heard.
And Olivia Munn wasn't there because he was dating Olivia Munn at that point.
I think he told the story on like Rogan or something.
He did.
I remember
And
this now.
And he got mad at his brother for that, got mad at his parents for that. Why would you do such a dumbass thing on television? And here's the deal. It probably wasn't even the parents' idea. When you're talking about
close.
Not even close. When you're talking about ABC or whoever runs The Bachelorette going, hey, what would be really cool? It would show that you set the table for your son and for your brother and his girlfriend, and they didn't show on you. That would add to the gossip and what this show is about.
America's going to wonder where Aaron was.
Where's Aaron at? Where's Aaron Rodgers? But he took to Instagram and started. And here's what people may not know, or if you follow Aaron Rodgers, it was a slow burn to be kind of public with that. He was playing in that Pro-Am up in Tahoe. You know how they have the celebrity Pro-Am up in Tahoe all the time? His dad just got in the car because he knew his son was playing in it, didn't tell him he was coming, and Aaron was golfing and saw him on the golf course and thought, I should probably go say hi. So then they went over. Then when he started with the Jets, him and His dad and his mom went to the first game when he was with the Jets. That's when he blew out his Achilles. But it's kind of been this slow reconciliation, and then yesterday he posted the pictures on Instagram of him and his mom and his dad, his brother, not the one that's on The Bachelorette. He still wasn't on the photo, but his other brother and his nieces, and they were putting together toys. So maybe he's coming around at age 42 and knowing that the career's over and
whatever. Yeah, good for him. I think at some point you kind of realize life is short.
I never did that. I never did that. I don't have any regrets. I don't.
Yeah, I know.
But and I got to go say goodbye. It's not like I totally. I mean, I went and saw him in his coffin and said goodbye and said my piece, and I think that was good enough. But no, I have reconciled. With my mom's death, I would say one of my brothers that I hadn't talked to, we've talked a little bit more. He'll text me. I know he listens to the show. So, I mean, there's been a little reconciliation there. So, baby steps for me, right? I mean, that's how.
And maybe that's what it was for him as well. The drama. I just don't. I try to stay away from it as far as possible. The Aaron Rodgers thing he's been a polarizing guy in his personal life and in the public sphere. So good for him. I'm glad that he's reconciling because.
Yeah, because you know what's ironic about you, and I'm not going to divulge too much, is I agree with you. I think you try to avoid the drama, but boy, you've had a lot of drama in your life.
Yeah. By trying to avoid it.
But yeah, that's exactly right.
By trying to avoid it.
I'm just going to push it away.
Dude, it's the story. We've talked about the cows and the buffaloes, right? There's a very real thing. But cows and buffaloes as a herd, can both sense storms coming. And in the wild, a herd of buffalo turn towards the storm and run towards the storm. And a herd of cattle will run away from the storm. Here's what happens because of that. The buffalo that run into the storm lasts less time. They're through the clouds and the storm faster because they've charged through it. And they get to enjoy the bountiful harvest that is on the backside of the wet grass and the full streams and all that. The cows run away from the storm, which then allows the storm, they are in the storm longer. They stay in the storm longer. They get to enjoy the bountiful backside for less time. Be a buffalo. It's the same thing with all of you, with us. It's the same thing. You can run away from your problems. You can run away from your drama. I try to avoid drama. It finds me.
It finds you. You got me thinking about the bison. If you go out to Toadstool Park in western Nebraska, it's about from Omaha, it's about an 8-9 hour drive, right? And there's this. I'm wondering if the bison ran into the storm because it's prairie out there, right? But you've got drop offs. Because there's like a pit which goes back millions of years that they all ran and like committed mass suicide. It's like they were running into the storm and
didn't notice
this big cliff that you're going to jump off of.
I'm running.
Oops.
I'm running and there's no ground anymore.
Why can't I go anymore? Oh, man. What's on the docket for today, then? I mean, as we'll dive into the show in the next segment.
Today's the natural water park thing. Going to Land of Natura.
Is that the only thing you're doing then?
Well, I don't know. Here's my deal. There's another thing up here in the Dells that I really want to do that is called Witch's Gulch. It's like a hike that you do. And so, I got the kids prepared for that. You have to take a boat ride up to this island and then hike into this island to see this cave structure. And I want to do that. Now, I haven't bought tickets for that yet. So whether we do that tonight or maybe tomorrow after the show before we head up to the cabin, I haven't really.
I mean, how far of a drive is it from where you're at to the cabin? That's probably another 3-4 hours.
About that, 2.5, something like that.
Okay. Are you going to go through Wausau?
Yeah.
You should stop at WAOW TV, knock on the door, and say, hey, I'm a friend of Travis Justice. None of you probably here will know, but I just want to remind you that he got in a fight right out in this parking lot, and you guys fired him for it. That would be classic.
If I could get a photo from the parking lot
Of WAOW, it's right on Grand Avenue.
Yeah, and I just want to do. Let my imagination go, and let's see how close I can get. I'll see if I can even find the spot where Anjanette found your wedding ring.
I know where the spot is exactly. Know exactly where she found it.
Chris Shipley says, by the right date, Ross. Hey.
I don't know why you got to be like that with Ross.
Why you got to pick on me, Chris? I like it. Stop it some more. Quit it. Keep going.
Safe word. Oh, man. Hey, if you're not feeling right, don't ignore it. Treat it, but treat it your way. Urology Center of Iowa has a dedicated men's health wellness center designed to restore your confidence and your comfort and put you back in control. Because at UCI, you will get personalized treatment based on you and nobody else. You deserve a clear plan, a private, tailored experience, and judgment-free care. That's UCI. Schedule an appointment with UCI today at IowaURO.com. It is the Rush. What's that?
I have a lot of questions. First of all, well, WAOW, they're a TV station, you said?
TV station. Newsline 9.
Will they actually have employees then? Is that...
That's a good
question.
Point.
Maybe there will be a human being there.
Yeah.
Ken says, take Eli and check out Cruisin' Chubbies.
You have to start writing all this down.
I'm going to Google Cruisin' Chubbies and see if anybody kicks in the door.
It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire. A front row tickets to every show-yonaire. A hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
When you work with a company like Mr. Electric that goes above and beyond and makes the customer their priority, that is just a real joy to encounter these days. It was a fairly complicated project and it was intimidating. They made it look so easy and they were very professional, very clean folks. They thoroughly explain what they're going to do. It's clear that they're experienced and that they know what they're doing. Having professionals out there that can do that for me, that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
When I'm meeting a new patient, I want them to feel comfortable knowing that odds are I've seen something like this before.
From the moment a patient steps into the room to the moment the patient leaves the office, I think they're going to get a great experience.
I think it feels good coming in and feeling like it's a community here and you get to be a part of that community and get to be taken care of by that community.
My goal is when they walk out of there to know that I'm fighting for them, I'm pulling for them.
Schedule an appointment at IowaURO.com.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings is on now, and the deals are turning up the heat. You'll find a huge selection of new, used, and Car Bravo certified vehicles, all ready for your next road trip, daily drive, or whatever summer throws your way. Right now, you can take advantage of 0% for 5 years on the dependable Silverado and 0% for 36 months on the versatile Equinox and the affordable Trax. It's the perfect time to get into the Chevy you've been eyeing. Don't wait. Shop Willis Chevrolet's Summer of Savings here in Granger or online at willischevy.com.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always priority one.
I hope you're stretched, hydrated, and prepared for more nonsense because The Rush with Travis and Ross, presented by Willis Automotive, is back now.
You can win up to $50,000 from the Iowa Lottery's promotion game show experience. Enter non-winning The Price is Right scratch tickets into your VIP club account before August 25th for your chance to win cash. Any entries that weren't selected as winners in the first drawing will automatically roll into the game show experience trip prize, where a share of $10 million will be up for grabs in game show themed competition with games based on shows like The Price is Right, Family Feud, and Press Your Luck. No whammies! Two winners from the Iowa Lottery promotion will get flown to Los Angeles for this prize with so much more included. You can find out more information about this awesome prize at ialottery.com. What are you smiling about?
You want to know?
Yeah, I want to know.
You want to know?
I want to know.
I did a Google search.
Oh, really?
Somebody said I should take my 16-year-old son to Cruisin' Chubby's. And I thought, oh, maybe that sounds like a 50s style restaurant. It's like a Porky's. You know what I mean? It's going to be a Bebop's. I bet that's what Cruisin' Chubby's is. It's like a Bebop's burger place.
Is it a strip club?
It's a gentleman's club. Travis. This gentleman's club, they pitch themselves as like the bachelor party super getaway.
Okay.
It's a resort. You can get, there's like lodging packages.
So these are high class strippers.
I don't know what that means, but interesting. Okay.
So you probably couldn't get Eli into Cruisin' Chubby's, though.
I don't think I can get him in there. I did hear from a friend who will go nameless that wrote me a text that said, I got the best lap dance of my life there.
Now, I want to know how much said lap dance cost. Because they start at $25, but tend to get a little bit more expensive when you get in the room. Just saying.
All right, here.
Speaking from experience.
I can't believe I'm clicking on this stuff. Check out our VIP packages. Does someone you know have a wedding in their future? Well, now more than ever, the newly expanded and remodeled Cruisin' Chubby's in Wisconsin's undisputed bachelor party headquarters. Again, I'm just reading what they say. That's right. We now have 5 bars, 4 stages, a dozen private dance booths, VIP rooms, and a whole harem of the area's best-looking women. Well, waiting to make your bachelor party a night to remember for your whole group.
Now, is it for bachelor parties only, or can you just like, hey, we're going to Cruisin' Chubby's tonight?
I think you can just pop in. I think they allow walk-ins.
What are you guys doing? Kids are in the pool. Wives are drinking margaritas. Let's go to Cruisin' Chubby's. It's been so long since I've been to a strip club. I really don't have a desire to go back. Maybe I've outgrown that phase of my life. And for my bachelor party, I ended up just having a stripper in a hotel room with a bunch of guys standing around. That was weird. That was really, really weird.
That's really weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Not a fan of strip club. Not just I'm not. I don't know what it is. I love women. I love women. Strip clubs don't do it for me.
I get it. Totally understand it. What was that one just north of the Firestone plant on like 2nd Avenue?
Big Girls.
No, it was a different one. I forget the name of it. It was north of the interstate.
Well,
because they had a really good
Outer Limits was.
That's in Ankeny.
Look at you. You haven't lived in this community you're amazing.
Yeah.
There was Beach Girls. There was Outer Limits. There was Big Girls, which was up on 2nd Avenue. Man, what there? Oh, the Minx.
No, it wasn't. I would know the name because I bet it closed, and this would have been, you would have been pretty young here, and I don't know what it was.
JR's
maybe
Post?
JR's might have been it.
They had
BJ's?
It
was BJ's. It was BJ's.
Ray for the win.
Because they had a really good lunch. Like all the Firestone guys would go up there for lunch. So I'd be like, I'd get done with World Civ class at Grandview and I'd be like, I need lunch. Well, the Maid-Rights were like, $1 each. So you just go up there for lunch and there would be some entertainment. But I was a starving college kid and that was the most affordable thing I could find. So I'd go to BJ's. You looking at me like I'm some bad human being. Don't judge.
My nameless
gotta
friend.
eat.
My nameless friend says that he did not pay for said lap dance, but he paid for it.
That a boy. Yesterday we talked about the ESPN layoffs that were coming. We knew Ryan Clark had already been let go. More on that, Ross. They let him know during mid-broadcast because Outkick found out it was ready to release the story. So instead of having Outkick release the story online, they thought the better thing to do would let Ryan Clark know before Outkick broke the story.
I knew there'd be more to that story. I wasn't sure what direction it would go.
Your thoughts on that, though, when you're on the air and they let you know during a commercial break that, hey, this is your last show, would you have been better off letting Outkick break the story, or do you feel like it was more professional to say, hey, Outkick's going to run this. It's true.
Can I
You're
just quickly
done.
say that the fact that Outkick found out about it before you fired Ryan Clark means you were firing the wrong guy.
Yeah, somebody's a leak in there.
It means you're firing the wrong person. You haven't fixed a damn thing.
And by the way, that's somebody probably on your executive or human relations or human resources team, because probably only human resources and people at the very top knew that was going to happen, and they called Clay Travis and the Outkick team and said, "Hey, Ryan Clark's going to get the axe." That's a leak.
So that'd be my first part of this response to this is, oh man, Outkick knew about this before you guys had a chance to go talk to the guy you were going to fire. And then from that point on, I guess they probably did handle it as it's probably better that he hears about it in that fashion than via the internet.
Yeah. Because you'd be like, Outkick says I'm going to get fired. That's not true. And then you get the pink slip going, well, how did Outkick find out before you guys could even tell me? That you put management between a rock and a hard place, but you're right. You're probably firing the wrong person.
Yeah, you got a leak in there, like you said.
Yeah.
Who are I saw Cam Newton and
Cam Newton.
Okay.
Carl Ravitch got fired. That one surprises me.
He's one we didn't mention in our Baseball Tonight with Carl Ravitch and Peter Gammons. Oh.
Carl Ravitch has been with ESPN for 33 years. When it came to baseball on ESPN, he was the face of baseball. He just did the Phillies game the night before. He did all the College World Series games, did all the Little League World Series games. When it comes to baseball, Carl Ravitch, that's a big name. I mean, that's a really, really, really big name.
He's in that conversation with the Bob Lees and the Chris Bermans. I mean, Carl Ravitch is an old time. Is he one of the Mount Rushmore guys?
No.
But man, he's been there a long time.
David Lloyd was let go. David Lloyd, you probably go, I don't know the name, but when you see the face and hear the voice, you go, oh, he's been there since 1996. He's a Sports Center guy.
Am I the first person to go directly from Cruisin' Chubbies to the David Lloyd Wikipedia page?
You might be. I'm a
trailblazer. That's what I am, damn it. I'm a trailblazer.
Yeah.
I know David Lloyd. I didn't know the name when you said it. I know exactly who you're talking about here. The blonde dude.
Yes.
On ESPN.
Another 30-year guy.
Had he been there that long?
Yes.
Wow. The fact that I didn't know his name.
But that's one of the weird things where you're like, who's David Lloyd? Then you see his face, go, oh, I know exactly who that is. So you got Ryan Clark, Carl Ravitch, Cam Newton, David Lloyd. There are a couple others that were like analysts, and there was a physician that was like a injury expert. And ESPN's excuse was, well, this is the integration with the NFL Network, right? The NFL Network is integrating with ESPN, and the NFL gets 10% ownership of ESPN. So they're like, when you combine those properties, there's going to be layoffs. That's the excuse they give. I guess you have to take it. Now, I was chatting with a listener online yesterday because he gave his Mount Rushmore to me by Facebook, and he put Chris Fowler on there, and I think that's very worth. I mean, Chris Fowler started.
Yeah, Fowler. God, see, man, there's so many guys to forget about.
I mean, Chris Fowler started with. Remember, his first start was Scholastic Sports America. Remember, he would go around and doing those high school stories, having fun, really high, and then worked his way up to be the voice of college football. Then he wrote back and goes, this shouldn't surprise me after McAfee gets a $60 million contract. I said, you need to back up on McAfee. And even McAfee addressed this yesterday because people were going, hey, if you don't pay McAfee $60 million, this probably doesn't happen. And McAfee addressed it yesterday, and I had to take it up with this guy. I said, back up and punt. I said, $60 million is a lot of money. I'm not going to dispute that. But I said, you need to know what that arrangement is. I go, that's a licensing agreement. Meaning, Pat McAfee business is getting paid $60 million. Pat McAfee is in charge of all the production of his show. He has to pay for that. He has to pay for all his staff, has to pay for all the equipment, has to pay for all his studio upgrades. And when you're talking about a licensing agreement, ESPN's making more off, trust me, they're making more off of Pat McAfee than they are paying him. So McAfee's probably spending a good portion of that money just to keep a show on the air. Now he's still making a lot of money. Don't kid yourself. But McAfee has to pay all his studio or all his co-hosts. He has to pay, I think Saban comes on there, Aaron Rodgers. All those guys are paid to come on his show. He's got to pay those guys out of his own pocket. So that's where that $60 million kind of goes to. And he did thank me for that clarification. I mean, license agreements happens all the time. Ross and I have been approached about going on other radio stations and syndicating this. And we've turned them down, because they wanted to be a 50-50 thing. We're like, no, if you want the show, you got to pay for it, right? I mean, it's like...
it just hasn't worked out. I mean, not that it wouldn't someday. I think right now we're a long ways away from... We like this. We're enjoying it, and it's growing slowly at the pace we want it to, and it's manageable, and we're loving it. We're headed in a good direction.
We can drop an F-bomb when we want to. We can drop an S-bomb when we want to.
You're shitting me. We can say whatever the frick we want.
Mike, I can't name the stations. I don't think that's fair to the stations because people are like,
I mean, there ain't many, Mike.
Yeah.
Dude, the McAfee thing is weird to me. The NFL, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to go from back to the beginning. I'm sorry, not backwards. The NFL Network merger thing would make sense if all of these names were kind of NFL guys. And I would even say, if they'd merged with the NFL Network and said, hey, here's the deal, we're cutting Pat McAfee. We're going to cut Pat McAfee and save all this money. But here's the good news. Pat McAfee's still going to be around, and we're going to work something out so he's in this new merger. But they say, oh, listen, this is part of a new merger with the NFL, so we're getting rid of Carl Ravitch. What? That doesn't jive. That doesn't make sense at all. So whatever. They're getting rid of him because there's constant restructuring in the corporate world. There's only a few people that are guaranteed more next year. The shareholders are one of those few groups. And so in order to appease that group, you've got to do all this weird stuff like cut Carl Ravitch. Cam Newton's going to be fine. Cam Newton's one of those guys.
Every one of these people is going to be fine. Ryan Clark was making...
Right. Yeah. Ryan Clark's another one. Because those guys both have like a brand, a niche, a niche, whatever. What do you say, niche or niche?
I mean, I hope Carl Ravitch ends up on the Major League Baseball Network.
That would be perfect.
He would be a perfect fit for the Major League Baseball Network.
Is Harold Reynolds still on the Major League Baseball Network? 'Cause,
Yes.
I mean, I loved when he and Harold Reynolds on Baseball Tonight.
Ross,
you're right. They're all going to be fine. What I meant was more like in this immediate find a play. That's a wonderful thing for you to say about Ravitch and the MLB Network. That'd be a great spot for him. I don't know about David Lloyd. I mean, great announcer. He looks like a 60 Minutes guy.
He kind of does.
Yeah.
Now, my conspiracy theory brain was going crazy last night.
Okay.
And you tell me if you think I'm off my rocker here. They didn't do this for Ravitch. They didn't do it for David Lloyd. But do you think that they went to Linda Cohn and said, Linda, here's the deal. We're going to let you go out on your terms. And she announced her retirement, last month, 2 months ago, and got out. And do you think because, one, she's a woman, but she's been there so long, they said, we don't want this. It's probably a public relations nightmare for us. We're going to have to do this. Do you want to announce your retirement? And she takes him up on it.
Maybe they gave her a little incentive to do that too.
Yeah.
That very well could be, Trav. Timing of that would make sense. That'd be about that. They would have gone to her but man, her and not any of the others. She is different.
She's very different.
She's a unicorn. I mean, she'd been there longer than any of them. She's kind of one of the original stalwarts.
I would say of the names we've named, she's bigger than all those names, right? I mean, that's
in the broadcasting world, certainly. Yeah, Ravitch
very much
might
so.
be there. And then outside of that, it's Newton and Davis because of their other stuff. So now to McAfee and the $60 million for McAfee and the ton of money that they give Stephen A. Smith. I don't see McAfee as polarizing like I do Stephen A. Smith, but maybe there's an inherent bias happening there in some way of like I relate more to Pat McAfee and his kind of frat boy fun guy thing than
I learned a term today that I'm like, are we part of that? And that it came from Forbes, and the writer says, I'm going to go on a tangent, about McAfee, and he's part of the fringe part of the manosphere. And I go, manosphere, where guys, where they said right-wing radio guys are attracting young listeners. They like Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, and I'm like, why can't people just have a show? Why do you got to label everything, right? I mean,
it's so insane. It's so insane. Rogan is a great example of the insanity of politics. Do you know who Joe Rogan voted for in like most of the 20s in the 2000s? Do you know who Joe Rogan supported? Bernie freaking Sanders. He was a Bernie bro. Almost up until COVID, he was like a Bernie bro. Loved the guy. Campaigned for him. And now that guy, because you don't stay in lockstep, man. Happens in politics too. Thomas Massey, one of the most conservative. He's no longer allowed in the Republican Party because he had the audacity to have a different opinion. Joe Rogan, the Rogan thing cracks me up. All these people that attack him and have made him now the face of the right wing,
which is not true.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
You know who else? Bill Maher.
That's another great one. This guy was a lot of conservatives would have called him like a lunatic liberal for a long time. He was way left. And now says the same stuff, stands up and says, hey, what about this common sense stuff? And they go, oh my God, we had no idea you were that way. And I see a lot of people in the thing. It's because it's true. This is all that we've been brainwashed. People have been absolutely brainwashed, and it's just they've picked their team. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Don't challenge my beliefs. Just let me believe that everybody that disagrees with me is evil, awful, stupid, Neanderthal. Joe Rogan makes Pat McAfee money, $60 million a year, lives a pretty damn nice life, does the things he wants to do, shares his opinions with his friends, has some interesting conversations. The manosphere. What's wrong with being a man? What's wrong with men talking about being men? What's wrong with guys being guys and talking about it? I thought
and what strip clubs they went to in college.
What? Yeah, and where their best lap dance came from. What's wrong with this? The manosphere. We need to dissect what's wrong with the manosphere, says some person from NPR who nobody knows and will be gone in a couple of years when a new liberal voice steps in their place. It's so disgusting. I don't understand how more people don't wake up to it. I honestly thought, and I remember this conversation with Andrew Downs 11 years ago, 2015. I said, hey, if Donald Trump really does run for president, everybody's going to start to realize that this is all a joke, right? Everybody will take this less seriously if a guy like that's is involved, right? Nobody can look at Joe Biden and say that's the best 50% of this country can come up with. Nobody can look at Donald Trump right now and say, man, we got the best of the best running the show. We all know that's not the case. So why do we continue to fight about these clowns? These clowns that have no interest in changing things or fixing stuff for us. But they get you to be pissed off about the people that don't vote like you. Call them names. Don't worry about the actual problems and the people that you elected that aren't doing shit and the people that you put yard signs in your yard who didn't do the things they told you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Joe Rogan is the problem. That's Theo Vaughn. Do you even know who Theo Vaughn is? If you even know who he is, you're some sort of... That's the new thing, by the way, is to totally dismiss it of like, oh, I don't even know who's Theo Vaughn. I'm too highbrow to even know who that is. Oh, too bad, because you're missing out on a really funny dude. Does he say some weird shit that I don't agree with? Yeah, like everybody.
Yeah, if you listen to the show and agree with everything that Ross and I say on a daily basis, then
check yourself in, because we ain't right.
No.
We ain't right all the time. Nobody is. This thing of like, if you don't vote like me, then you're lost. You just attack.
But the manosphere.
The manosphere. Because Travis, think about it. That means that you're embracing your manhood, which probably means you're a raping, pillaging oppressor.
Let me tell you why I think you like McAfee. And that is, it goes with the reason people watch or listen to anything. One, you're entertaining. Two, whether you are or not, you come off as genuinely authentic, meaning you're like, oh, this guy's just a dude. You know, I can relate to that. May not agree with everything he says, but he's just speaking his mind. So, one, you have to be entertaining, and two, you have to be somewhat authentic, and then you go, okay, I think Rogan's that way. Entertaining is a stand-up. I mean, the guy's a stand-up comic who did Fear Factor. And just wants to sit down for 3 to 4 hours with people and just have a conversation. And by the way, that's what we don't do enough anymore, is have conversations with people.
But Travis, he has conversations with the wrong people. Don't you know he has conversations with people that don't vote like me? And he has conversations with people that I don't vote for? You're not understanding. He's been compromised. It's over and 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 over. If you don't agree with me, how dare you?
Well, the good thing is Tony says, well, Ross is going to enter a new level of manosphere when he gets to Natura Water Park. Right. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks, Tony. Tony Nickel. That's our buddy Tony Nickel. Glad you've been there, Tony. I'm excited. It's going to be a fun day. Water park day. Come on.
You going shirtless?
Since it's Manosphere, I'll steal a line from the Iowa Cubs dugout that I've heard from my son. It's water park day, baby. Get your dick hard. Let's go.
Get your dick hard. Let's go.
He came home one day. He's like, he's having the best summer. He's like, Dad, I'm hearing the best stuff. Like the backup catcher got a start and he was jacked. He was like adrenaline pumping. He's like running through the locker room, getting everybody jacked up. And he runs up to one of the assistant coaches and he's like, let's go, coach. Get your dick hard, baby. It's game time.
And what's happened is, since they've seen Eli and the season is going on, they trust what they can say in the dugout a little bit more, right? It's like they let a little bit more go, and Eli's ears perk up and go, oh.
Love it. And I just get it, the ripple effect of it, of this 16-year-old coming in going, man, life is cool.
That Get Your Dick Hard reminds me of a scene from The Hawk, which I finished last night, thank God, so I don't have to watch it anymore. He like wins one of the Corn Ferry tournaments or qualifies for like a major, and he gets down and he goes, I can't get up. He goes, why? I got a boner. I can't get up. I got a boner.
Not right now. Not right now. Just give me like 45 seconds. Hold on.
So he stands up and they're like, congratulations, like, Hawk, you got a boner. Yeah, I know. I got a boner.
I know. All right, yeah, I got to own it at this point. Sorry, guys.
But that's Manosphere, right? I mean, that's Manosphere talk in shows like that.
My dad sent me a video this morning. Have you seen the video of the guy slapping the guy for not standing up at the national anthem?
No.
It happened at Wrigley Field. I have the YouTube link. I'll send it to you, okay? And it says, man slaps fan at Wrigley Field for sitting during the national anthem. And you see a guy, an older fella in a Cubs jersey, and he leans down and he's talking into the back of this younger fella. I'm going to guess mid-20s. And then pretty soon he just left hand swings back and cuffs him in the back of the head. And the kid kind of throws his hands up, and then the kid stands up and the rest of the song. But you can see all of the other people around them. It's obviously an altercation. The guy has said, hey, stand up. Whatever he said back. And the guy didn't like what he said back, so he cuffed him in the back of the head.
Thoughts on that? You should never hit somebody.
Should hit somebody like that. Should stand up during the national anthem. Is it something that you should be assaulted for? Absolutely not. But it's funny. My dad sent that to me, and I'm running like this scenario in my head. You know what I mean?
What would your dad do? What would Dad do?
I mean, Dad's a guy that he'll say things.
Oh, I know. I'm very aware of that. Very, very aware of that.
And I think Dad's overall take, for the most part, is what Sean does here as as a veteran. I don't like it when they sit or take a knee, but didn't I serve so they could do that? And I think that Dad has that dichotomy inside of him also of like, man, that guy doesn't respect the things that have been sacrificed.
It's because they're not educated about it enough anymore.
Yeah, that could be, man.
It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job-ionaire, a front row tickets to every show-yonaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie-yonaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles-yonaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
And these.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Woohoo!
At Iowa Floor Covering, we believe great floors start with great service. Whether you're looking for a plush carpet, durable LVP, timeless hardwood, stylish laminate, or beautiful tile, including custom tile showers, we'll help you find the perfect fit. No pressure, no pushy sales tactics, just honest guidance from a team that listens. DIY Weekend Warrior, we've got the products and advice to set you up for success. Iowa Floor Covering, floors you'll love from people you can trust.
There are a lot of reasons to want a self-driving mower from Iowa Mobotics.
Being automated gives me more time to do my hobbies.
I travel so much for work that I don't have time to take care of the lawn, but I still care about how it looks.
And I'm just lazy. Gives me time to work in the wood shop instead of spending it on the mower.
It works in my schedule.
And I just really hate doing it.
No matter your reason, with Iowa Mobotics, spend less time mowing, more time living.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and this month we have some exciting new offers going on. Right now you can get an all-new 2027 QX60 with rates as low as 2.9% plus $1,000 in special finance cash, or lease it with $1,000 in lease cash. Also, we're running low on 2026 QX80s. Get one now for 0% for 60 months. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit us online at willisinfinity.com or stop by our showroom.
The best bread is made from scratch, freshly baked with locally sourced ingredients and love. At Big Sky Bread, we take great pride in our delicious products. We know you'll enjoy them almost as much as we enjoy baking them. Try our newly rebranded granola. Specially handmade, our amazing granola makes for a delightful treat. You can order online, purchase at local grocery retailers, or find us at the downtown Des Moines Farmers Market every Saturday. We look forward to serving you.
For people who like to save money.
Do you or a loved one suffer from chronic overspending, getting less but paying more? Then you may have a case of big HVAC. Now is the time to try Priority One. We set our own prices, which means you pay for what you need, not for anything else. And if you need a heating service or a new furnace, now is the time to try Priority One.
Side effects of Priority One include increased happiness, extra peace of mind, and bonus cash for whatever you want. Please use responsibly.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Hi, it's Noel. At Fiscus Jewelers, we're honored by the fact that our customers continue to come back on purpose, and that trust means everything to us. For years, we've been privileged to be a part of life's most meaningful moments, and we never take that responsibility lightly. We proudly offer the largest inventory in Ankeny, cutting-edge custom designs, including free CAD drawings, and a team that takes the time to get it right. Thank you for choosing us year after year. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, is back because apparently Travis and Ross have even more to say.
Hour number 2 of the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive and Willis Lexus. The RX and TX are arriving daily with a great selection now available. Whether you're looking for a 2-row luxury SUV or extra space for the entire family, now is the perfect time to find your Lexus. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. Watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. Leave your comments in the comment section. Phone lines are always open. We have room for you. Join us at 515-517-2303 and follow us on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X. You can find us right there. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson on location in the Wisconsin Dells. The beauty of this is that, you know, the show is mobile. We could be anywhere in the United States. We could be anywhere in the world. Makes it very, very easy. Remember in the old days, you had to find like a phone line or an ISDN line, and it was just like impossible.
We can get real deep and talk about the old Marty unit. Not Marty, not with a Y. Marti. Remember those? And you had to just shoot the actual signal.
Now,
a couple of interesting basketball notes I didn't see you have on the rundown. Did you see Tyrese Halliburton got engaged?
Oh, did he? I did not see that.
Good for Tyrese. Just gonna throw that out there. He's doing well for himself.
Doing well for himself.
Imagine that good-looking guy with a great personality and a $1 million job. A long time. It says long time girlfriend too, so not like. But
is she an Iowa girl?
I don't know. Didn't see that. I just saw the Tyrese Halliburton legally ties knot with longtime fiance Jay Jones. So didn't get engaged. Got married to his longtime fiance. I don't know. Somebody's going to know. Somebody will be like, "Oh yeah, they've been together for X number of years, and this is where she's from." And
well, congratulations to Tyrese Halliburton.
Attractive young lady.
That's Ross saying she's super hot.
Smoking hot. Good job, Tyrese.
Megan Gustafson got married over the weekend, too.
Thad said she was a cheerleader at ISU. That totally checks. Megan Gustafson got married?
Yeah, she got married over the weekend.
And I'm not in America, or did she get married?
Yeah, I don't know what state. She's from Wisconsin. I don't know exactly where they got married. I just saw the pictures pop up because I follow her on Instagram, but I know she got married.
Is it true? Driftless said she was married by Lisa Bluter. Did Lisa Bluter?
Yeah, she got the certificate from the Universal Church of Life.
Yeah, right.
Has all the accreditations to marry people, which is super cool.
Courtney just told me that Halliburton got engaged at Hilton.
I think I remember that. Remember when wasn't it like on Valentine's Day and he decorated Hilton Coliseum?
Right. I do remember that. Thanks, Courtney. Appreciate it. And good morning.
Midwest Lawn Authority, active today, says she went to Davenport West High School and cheered at ISU.
Okay.
So there you go.
So that was my first NBA note. My second one was kind of interesting. Did you see that Steph Curry is going to have a display in the Basketball Hall of Fame?
I did, and I don't know why I didn't put that on the rundown. I saw that, but he's the first active player to have a display in the Hall of Fame.
And I read the article, and essentially it's because of his impact on the game. It's called like Beyond the Arc. Do I have that right? They're going to call it. It has a very specific thing for him for being because of how he kind of revolutionized the game, and the 3-point shot became so prevalent because of his prominence with it.
Is this a way? We were just talking about this a couple weeks ago. And most people don't even know where the Basketball Hall of Fame is. I believe it's in Springfield, Massachusetts, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have remembered. Springfield, Massachusetts.
And is this a way to say, hey, come to Springfield, check out the Hall of Fame? Because it's like you got to attract something, right?
Several things. Yes, Travis. I think that's probably exactly what this is. And I'm amazed that Steph Curry, I love Steph. I think he's a fantastic player, absolute Hall of Famer and first ballot Hall of Famer, and could even be in one of those conversations for, top 10 of all time. LeBron James doesn't have anything in the Hall of Fame. Michael Jordan didn't have anything in the Hall of Fame while he was active.
Because you're probably because you have traditionalists at that time going, well, you got to be a Hall of Famer to have a display. Now you probably, how do we get people to come here? Well, Steph Curry's a big name. Let's put a Steph Curry display. We got to drive revenue. Hall of Fames, believe it or not, are like money sucks. Now, Cooperstown's a little different. I think Canton's a little different, but there's a lot of different Hall of Fames that people will put up. There was, think about it, Ross. Where should the College Baseball Hall of Fame be?
Omaha.
It should be in Omaha. It's not in Omaha. It's in Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. And there were studies done, and they realized this can't pay for itself. And you kind of like, if you want to do it right and have these like you went to the museum yesterday in Dubuque, right? And you said 10 years ago it was a dump. It was horrible. It was free to get in. Here you go. Hey, now were there very many people there yesterday?
Yeah, there were. There were quite a few.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't cheap to probably make those displays. And
no, nothing in there. They're losing. There's no way they're making money.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I think it's a cool idea. I have nothing against it. I think it's neat. I'm just surprised that the first one ever is Steph Curry. It's not, it's not Will Purdue, but I'm surprised that it's Steph Curry because I think that there's a real conversation about LeBron James being the greatest basketball player of all time. And you've got a cohort of his that.
You know what LeBron James has never done? LeBron James has never participated in the All-Star Game dunk contest. Never.
Really?
Yeah, I learned that today because for the third year in a row, Caitlin Clark will not participate in the WNBA All-Star three-point contest. The first year, she declined. Last year, she was injured. This year, she declined, which has to be a major blow to ESPN and the WNBA. Hear me out. For this year's three-point contest, Ross, which was put in, they were thinking, how do we make this more entertaining? Assuming that Caitlin Clark would participate in it, they added a different notch to the three-point contest. They added the logo 3.
For her.
You have State Farm that has built an entire campaign around the logo 3 from the logo. ESPN says, hey, how do we take this to a different notch? How do we get people interested in it? Let's add the logo 3 as part of the three-point contest. And Caitlin Clark has declined the invitation to participate. It shows you that she in her mind and her people go, you don't need this. You don't need to do this. And probably personally, they're right. But is it about you individually, or is it about building and growing the league and building the game?
The cynical side of me says, and I'm going to loop LeBron in the dunk contest and Caitlin in the three-point contest in this statement. The cynical side of me says, you're afraid to lose.
It's funny that you say that because I agree 100% with what you're saying.
You're afraid to lose. You've got this reputation of being the best. And if you go out there and you aren't the best and somebody beats you in an actual competition, that waters down the brand. That's not what, and I think that's the thought. It's not what happens. So Driftless Iowa just said she ain't no Larry Bird. It's exactly the name and the thing that was going through my head when the three-point contest and the dunk contest were nothing. You know what made them something? Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Larry Bird going out there in his green jumpsuit. And now you hear these stories about him just dogging other dudes. Like, have you heard the story about this, Travis?
No.
They're in the locker room at the All-Star game before the three-point contest. And Larry Bird is looking around the locker room. And everybody's pretty quiet because they know Larry's a good, he's the Caitlin Clark of that group. They know this dude can shoot. And he's looking around the locker room, looking in everybody's eyes, and they're kind of like all making contact. And then somebody goes, "What's up, Larry?" And he goes, "I'm just trying to figure out which one of you is going to get second."
Playing mind games.
And he went out there and he delivered, and he walks off with his hand up in the air like that's how a motherfucker does it. That's how a baller be. That's what Larry Bird did, and you live up to it. And then that explodes. Did Larry Bird, he's coming off the Indiana State thing. He's got video games being made about him. This is before the three-point contest. Did Larry, and the three-point contest was nothing. Larry Bird didn't need it. You know what Larry Bird wanted? Larry Bird wanted to prove to everybody that he was the best. Why did Michael Jordan go out there against Dominique Wilkins year after year?
By the way, Dominique could dunk.
Dominique was a freak. I think this is a mistake. I think it was a mistake by LeBron James never to do the slam dunk contest. Let me look back on it now. We have enough sample size. Would LeBron James's character, history, legacy, any of that been watered down if he'd have lost slam dunk contests? No. I'm glad you answered it that way. The answer is exactly that way. It's not no, it's no. God, no. There'd still be people arguing about him being the greatest of all time, and there'd still be people calling him LaFlop. He could have won 9 slam dunk contests. It wouldn't have changed it. He could have finished last. He could have never completed a dunk. Wouldn't matter. Caitlin Clark could go out there and finish 4th in this thing. It's not going to hurt her legacy. A lot of other things are. A lot of other things are going to hurt Caitlin Clark's legacy. Consistency. She can't be a Zion. She's got to be on the court. So there's got to be there's got to get healthy and be consistent.
And that's the excuse you can give. You can say, hey, you know what? I've been playing a lot. I've been injured. I need the rest. But if you're going to play in the All-Star game, you're going to be shooting anyway. I mean, when it comes to skills competitions, and the dunk competition, the three-point contest, they're skills competition. People like to see freaks do freaky shit.
Yeah, exactly right. That's what the All-Star games are supposed to be. That's what the Olympics are.
Sabrina Ionescu is not going to compete this year either, but she's competed in the past, so she gets a pass, right? She's done it. She did the teaming up with Steph Curry three-point contest at the NBA thing. Caitlin Clark's turned that down. Is this an FU to the league saying, listen, you let me get beat up night in, night out, and you do nothing about it, and this is an optional thing, and I'm going to say F you. F you.
That could be. And there's a lot of people in the chat that are saying, man, the difference is the league hates Caitlin. They all hate her. So who's she going to go there and not that? Kyle says, I love when people bitch about Caitlin complaining, but don't remember how much LeBron has done in his career. Kyle, everybody, this is the problem. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody remembers how much LeBron bitches. That's why they call him LaFlop. That part of the LeBron conversation is exactly this. Like, man, the dude bitches about everything, complains about fouls that never happen. He's a great player, amazing player. I just wish he'd get some of this other stuff right. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say here, Kyle. Is like we're kind of itching in that territory here with Caitlin. It's the same stuff. She's amazing. Transcendent talent. Why she got to throw her hands up in the air? Why she all the things you would say about LeBron James? Why doesn't she compete in these little things that would help her brand and help expand stuff and show that she is the best? I think that's the most important thing. Like for marketing stuff, are you the best? Because what we've been told is that there's this girl who's way better than all the rest. Here's a chance to go show it, and it would seem to I think she'd walk away with it. I mean, she's an incredible shooter. Go out there and show it to everybody. Go hit a couple logo threes.
Can you imagine ESPN when they get hey, Caitlin's not, but we added the logo 3 as part of the contest. Yeah, she's not going to shoot. And to add, humiliation to it, they didn't invite Kelsey Mitchell, who, by the way, is a pretty darn good three-point shooter. They didn't invite Sophie Cunningham, who's like the third best, and this has been in the chat as well. It's like the third best three-point shooting percentage around. They didn't invite those two. Now you're going to have a three-point contest with people nobody even knows who they are. Because Sabrina's not shooting, Caitlin's not shooting, Sophie's not shooting, Kelsey's not shooting. Who else is shooting three-pointers in the WNBA that you know of?
Paige Beckers.
No, she's not either. Because now she didn't play last night because she's injured, but Paige Beckers isn't either. You need, this league cracks me up. Just how poorly run it is. Meaning, you got to sit down with your player and say, We have not arrived yet.
Right. We're still trying to do this thing.
Yes. You all just got a big fucking pay raise. You need to help grow this league.
We're pushing the ball uphill. Momentum.
Yes.
Momentum.
It baffles me. Who wants to? Does anybody really want to carry the torch, or do you not like change? Change is hard for everybody, and everybody loves the money that comes along with it. But don't ask me to do anything different. We've earned this over the last 25 years. Well, 25 years of growth. Now it's time to now shit gets real. I have no reason whatsoever now. If Caitlin Clark was in that 3-point contest, I would have watched it. I'm not going to watch it now. She could be in the All-Star game. Will I watch that? Maybe, maybe not. She plays tonight against Connecticut. Will I watch that? Maybe, maybe not. I didn't even watch the night she went 45-10. Because you don't know which Caitlin's going to show up because of the consistency. I don't know. You got Sophie Cunningham and Angel Reese. Yeah.
These are the other names that me, as a guy that doesn't watch it, these are the names that find me in my manosphere. Is either one of them a torch bearer for your league?
No.
Oh. Again, no. I like Sophie Cunningham, but is a part of that just is that sex is selling to my manosphere? Probably. She's an attractive lady.
Well, not only that. Well, look at Sophie. You remember the pointing thing? You remember her pointing picture? The WNBA Players Association came out yesterday and said, "Hey, by the way, there's a rule within our collective bargaining agreement to where businesses can't license that now. So the WNBA cannot use that photo in any way."
Oh, even the WNBA can't.
No, you can't license things off of player confrontations, and so it became so popular that they're enacting this. That hey, the WNBA can't make money off this, and businesses can't do it. The only person who can make money off it is Sophie Cunningham, but she can't use any WNBA logos or Players Association. So basically, I think she has to take the Fever logo off. Because it's a picture of her, she can use it, but not in a WNBA fashion.
So it's going to look like that George Brett card we all had from the Kellogg's or Post, where he just was wearing a blue hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And now Sophie Cunningham apparently is transphobic. She did an interview with ESPN, and she came out and said, "Hey, she goes, I have trans friends. I have friends. There's people on the right I disagree with, and people on the right I agree with. People on the left I disagree with. People on the left she goes, I'm kind of in the middle. She goes, but I don't want biological men in locker rooms. I don't want biological men competing against girls for an unfair advantage." And she's automatically, because of that, even though she says, I'm not this, I just don't want you playing against them, she's now transphobic. She's not afraid to put herself out there. I'll give her that.
Yeah, I like her.
Crazy stuff.
We live in freaking bizarro world. I thought you were going to say that they said that the picture was her pointing was transphobic.
No.
Then she came out and said, "Hey, I'm not transphobic." I was like, she had to say that?
No.
And not trans is probably the wrong term. Again, not the lady she was pointing at, Bonner.
Yes.
Is she? I've heard that she is a lesbian.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe what I was making this up that people were saying because she was pointing at a woman that is a lesbian, that makes her homophobic. But now I was.
So I've got a question for you. And this is, you're playing Rostradamus here. Okay. I love Rostradamus. In 20 years, are we watching an ESPN 30 for 30 of the league has exploded, and this is the time, or are we watching the league was on the verge of explosion, and they had so many mishaps that it never grew like they thought it was going to?
That's a great question, Travis. I could see both of them. You ask me right now, it is the league exploded. Imploded. The league,
I'm kind of with you on that.
If you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would have said it's going to be that rocket ship. Because Caitlin Clark, the impact that she's going to have will not be felt for another 10, 15 years. The girls that she is truly impacting right now are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to have to give those girls 15 to 20 years before they're making an impact in the WNBA. Travis, 6 months later, I think it's fair to watch this and go, a lot of parents are probably watching it going, I don't want you doing this. Look at how they're all treating her. You get knocked around. That's my guess right now is it feels like this is falling apart.
Wow. Casey says, and Casey's a girls basketball coach. 20 years, the WNBA will be gone.
I think he's right now. I agree with Casey. Or would look something like, the Arena Football League type of thing. Like would be so far in the background, you have to be reminded about it. Where you'd go, oh yeah, I remember the glory days. Oh yeah, that Caitlin Clark girl, that was really fun time. I could totally see that. Where do you put the percentage of that? Because man, I'm at like 51-49 that it fails. I'm at 49% that in 20 years, we're talking about where the statue is for Caitlin or something like that.
I'm probably 30% fail. Sometimes because the NBA will always be there to prop it up if they have to.
That's right. That's why I said the arena football thing. Like it'll always be in the background, right?
Yeah. But you're going to look at it and go, because you all couldn't get along, you couldn't see the greater vision and see the opportunity that was at your fingertips. Y'all had to catfight about it. And then I don't mean this to any disrespect to the women that listen to the show. The women are vicious.
That has been said in the chat over and over when we've talked about Caitlin, over and over and over and over and over. And it's not just the guys that have said it. Man, women are jealous. The part of this is jealousy.
Sometimes I think they fight dirtier than men.
It's a different way.
Totally different way.
Manosphere.
This is your morning Manosphere show. Just kidding. Mr. Electric of Central Iowa, trusted, licensed, and local experts for your electrical needs. From quick repairs to full upgrades, make your service easy and reliable. Book online at MrElectricIowa.com. It is the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Game on, keep your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire. Front row tickets to every show millionaire. Hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery,
Anise.
you can change your life for life. Play today.
Woohoo! What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Land Rover Des Moines. Summer's here, and we have the perfect cure for summer boredom. The 2026 Range Rover Sport Dynamic with 1.9% financing available is the perfect cure for your boring car or your summer boredom. So stop on down and take it for a ride so you can see what I mean, or call, click, or visit us at LandRoverDesMoines.com or stop out at the showroom. You'll be glad you did.
So I think what's unique about Urology Center of Iowa is that we are a truly independent, single specialty clinic.
We have a mantra that the patient comes first, the group comes second, and we as individual surgeons come last.
When I meet with a patient for the first time, I want them to feel heard. I never want them to feel like I'm in a rush.
Just watching the change that you can make in a patient's life, it's everything.
Schedule an appointment at iowauro.com.
Fresh, wild walleyes. This summer, point your compass north to Ballard's Resort on Lake of the Woods. Ballard's Lake of the Woods long-standing family resort offers a pole-in-hand guided fishing experience along with all-inclusive packages that include lodging and meals. Chase 10-pound trophies with the walleye capital of the world's most established fleet. Your adventure for fresh, wild walleyes awaits at Ballard's Resort. Set the hook at ballardsresort.com.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner of Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Mini Des Moines. And this month, the heat is on, so the roof comes off. Get an all-new Mini convertible with rates as low as 2.99 out to 60 months. If you're looking for something more year-round, you can get into an all-new 2027 Countryman with rates as low as 2.99 out to 48 months on here. Also, we are down to our very last Victory Edition, so if you want to cross the finish line, come check it out now. For more information on these exciting offers and more, visit us online at minidesmoines.com or your favorite motoring advisor.
The Rush, presented by Willis Automotive, returns now with fresh sports takes and at least one unnecessary rant.
DIY or pro install, Iowa Floor Covering has the flooring, the materials, and the know-how you need. From LVP to tile and carpet, head to iowafloorcovering.com and get started today. I need to get we need to get the guys from Iowa Floor Covering on. I get the DIY stuff, like the floor in my studio. Owen did that. It's kind of like this laminate tile. Has a wood look to it. I get like vinyl flooring, but do you have guys that install that aren't carpet squares, like their own carpet? That would be hard. You need special tools to do that.
Say that again. Do you have guys that what? Like guys that install their own carpet?
Yes.
Man, that's something you have to have been. That's not something you figure out.
I'm with
carpet
you on
isn't
that.
Something you don't. I mean, I don't know. I know a couple guys that do flooring, that lay floors, and it's an art. It's a skill. It's a trade. Whatever you want to say about, like, it's a learned. You don't pick it up. It's not a hobby.
Yeah, like this floor is like plug and play, right? You know, you connect it. That's one thing. Anjanette's done most of the tile in this house. She's got a tile cutter and all that stuff. Carpet? Regular rolls of carpet.
Like with the tack on the edge and they got with the knee and do the carpet stretcher. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know any of it. I never. That's one of the things I've never done. Did you ever help a carpet layer? I've helped a bricklayer. I've tended for bricklayers. That's the hardest working I've ever done.
No, you're asking me to work, Ross, and that's not going to happen. Just not going to happen.
When I hit WAOW in Wausau,
yeah,
is it still in the same building?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive too for a broadcast entity. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Last
year they were going to do a story on me. It was last year or 2 years ago. They were going to do a story on me it was like the 30-year anniversary or 40-year anniversary of the infamous fight in the parking lot.
And the guy you slapped didn't want to be a part of it, right?
Yeah. And so they're like, they actually had journalistic. Well, if we can't get the other side of the story, we can't run it. Why?
About a parking lot fight?
Yeah, really. I mean, that's all you got to do is say, hey, you might remember this happened. I don't even know if I know anybody in Wausau anymore.
I'll ask around.
That'd be funny if you knocked on the door, though, and said, hey, this guy used to work here. Have you heard the story? Oh, yeah. We know who that guy is.
We know
who that guy is.
We were driving up here yesterday, and all of a sudden Eli's like, so LeBron James got traded to Miami. I'm like, well, first of all, I'm like, a couple things wrong with this. Number one, he didn't get traded. And number two, he's going to Miami. He's going back to Miami.
He must follow the Miami Heat YouTube page because this is a major oops. Miami Heat put a link on their YouTube page yesterday announcing the introductory press conference for LeBron James on July 27th. Watch live LeBron James introductory news conference July 27th.
That'd be next Monday.
Next Monday.
Next Monday? Okay.
And now the Miami Heat's doing damage control, saying, well, that was an accident by our social media team who was just preparing just in case it happened. Well, hold on for a second. You've got a specific date? You've got a specific time? And it's a mistake by your social media team? And if he ends up going to Miami, you're going to go, oh, you've known about this for a week and a half because you put said link out there. They've deleted the link. They said their apology said, no, we're just in case. Just in case. Now, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you know that our link goes up anytime during the day, right? Like last night, I made it like 7 o'clock at night. And it goes there. I can't do more than one show with our software in advance. So, I don't know. Somebody got in trouble yesterday. Like,
oh,
what
buddy.
are you doing?
Oh, buddy. Smoke and fire situation. LeBron's headed to Miami, and we did. Yeah. I felt the same way too.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you can deny it all you want. Now, unless it's like, hey, I'm 99% sure, and you let this go, and then you're like, hey, you guys messed it up. I'm not coming.
That's what I think that there's a chance that would happen. I mean, we've heard of this stuff happening before. LeBron's very, I mean, you know, again, the anti-LeBron folks would say he's a control freak, but man, he does like to control the narrative. He likes to be in control freak. Is this enough for you to go, you know what? You guys don't have your ducks in a row. I got one last shot at this. I got to make sure.
I wanted to be the one to announce, not the Miami Heat. Or are they trying to apply pressure? Hey, let's just put it out there and get people talking about him going to the Heat.
Maybe the Miami Heat saw that Nick Nurse was on the Rush radio show and thought, we better do something to create some buzz.
Yeah.
To get back on top of mind here, because everybody's going to be watching that and paying. No, okay, never. LeBron is. I'm in the Aaron Rodgers mode here of the LeBron story. Like, he's still going to be an impact. I just don't care at all where he goes.
Well, it's funny. I was watching the ESPN morning show, and they're like, is LeBron hurting his reputation by holding out this line? I'm like, you're all taking this way too seriously.
Yeah.
It's July 22nd. Why do you freaking care?
And Eli and I talked about it for a little bit yesterday. I think you and I may have said this the other day when we were chatting hoops. I do see a scenario, Travis, where he not tarnishes the legacy, but maybe that's the right word for this conversation. Let me just play this scenario out. What if he goes to Golden State and it doesn't work out? What if he goes to Golden? Just play this out in your head where he goes to Golden State. Everybody's like, oh my God, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. They're going to win a bajillion games. And then they go 50-22 and get bounced in the second round of the playoffs.
Could happen. I mean, if he goes anywhere, if he goes to Philadelphia, if he goes to Miami, if he goes to Minnesota, if he goes to Golden State and they don't win a championship, is it a failure? I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't either. What I'm envisioning with the Golden State thing, though, is people see him joining Steph Curry and envisioning 2012.
How about going with Giannis in Miami? I mean, you pair him with these superstars, and they envision, well, he's going to get a shot of HGH, and he's going to be 29 again.
And imagine how good he'll be with Giannis. Who, I mean, listen, I like Giannis a lot. Giannis needs the ball. Steph Curry needs the ball. LeBron needs the ball. Luka needed the ball. Embiid needs the ball. You're not going to go anywhere that doesn't happen to that.
Yeah, everybody needs the ball.
Right. There's only one. There's only one ball. You should play this game with more balls.
But maybe I'm happy I'm not that big of an NBA fan, right? I mean, he could wait till August. I don't care. Just
it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter.
Funny. The Heat thing is funny.
Somebody got yelled. Well, one of two things. Somebody got in some big time trouble, or they were instructed to do that, right? I mean, you can fall back and say, hey, let's do this. You're going to take the blame.
Boy,
and we won't
that's
name
pretty
names.
Deep.
I know.
Pretty. I don't think you jeopardize it. Because again, the chance that LeBron then says, no, I'm not. Because it applies no pressure to LeBron. No. It's not like LeBron was on the verge and he's like, well, I guess you guys sent out a YouTube link. Guess I'm coming to Miami now.
But hell, Eli thought so. Probably saw the link yesterday or probably saw a story. Hey, LeBron James introductory news conference.
LeBron in Miami. I was like, oh. And I'll be honest. As I was putting as I was going through, he's going to Miami, I forgot about Giannis being there.
Yeah. It's the only reason he'd go to Miami now.
And also, as I say, when we were talking Philly, and I said, well, Embiid needs the ball. Jaylen Brown
needs the ball and will get the ball. He'll be option number 1. Embiid option number 2. LeBron option number 3.
Whatever.
A lot of people watched the World Cup final. 60 million in North America watched Argentina take on Spain. That was divided into 2 networks, 38.9 million on Fox. Telemundo had 22.6 million, bringing it up to over 60 million people watching the World Cup final. Fox did pretty good with it. They did all 104 games on their platforms. Every one of them. Averaged 7.7 million for the 104 games.
The average 7.7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I watched a total of final, parts of the third place game, USA first game. I think I watched maybe 5. And I didn't watch a full 90 minutes of them either. I was in and out.
Yeah, I watched the U.S. play, and then I watched the final. Those are the only 3 that I actually, would say I consumed a lot of. It was on.
Austin brings up a good point, and And Austin, the fact that you're asking this, I have done zero research on this. Don't know. World Cup players are getting the jock tax. So when you play in California, how is the IRS supposed to enforce that for foreign players?
Good.
I don't know the.
Austin.
Yeah.
I don't mean to mock it with my dismissive. I'm in my head. I'm like, I have no freaking clue where to even start with answering that. I have no clue. Or competition.
Or is it divided up differently? Meaning, hear me out here. Hear me out. Is that You're not paid individually. You're paid by your federation. So you're not getting paid while you're there. When you get home, you'll get your paycheck.
Yeah. And does the IRS have jurisdiction to tax somebody that's not a U.S. citizen?
That's a good question.
And if I denounce my U.S. citizenship,
here it is. But they can tax it. Saw an article that Spain is losing 30% of the $50 million they just won. That wouldn't surprise me. So they're going to tax the federation, not the individual players. That would make sense. They got to get their money somehow.
Dude,
come here.
World Cup players and prize winners are genuinely. No, not genuinely. That's what I kept saying. That's what my brain, that's what my mouth said.
Okay.
The page says generally. World Cup players and prize winners are generally taxed at a standard 30% federal withholding rate by the U.S. IRS for income earned on American soil. Depending on the specific Jesus.
Reading's hard.
These words are hard. Depending on the specific state and country of residence, players may also face additional state jock taxes or adjusted rates based on bilateral tax treaties. So, based on what we just learned there, Austin would be pretty close because those players that played in California would be hit with a 30% federal tax. They would then be hit with California state taxes, and then Travis maybe be hit with the
jock tax,
the jock tax that you're talking about.
Whoa.
I saw a thing the other day that reminded me of what Duax telling us about. Did you see the art? I mean, I know that there was some things that went down after the final whistle, and the Argentinian players didn't some of them were acting like idiots. I didn't see how many of them they were straight up fighting the Spanish players.
Now there's an investigation into that or something now.
When Brian was like, "Man, they're really sore losers," I was like, what? Sore losers? Well, yeah, they lost the World Cup. Of course they're upset. No, they were like running and kicking and punching and tearing jersey. It's like, you guys.
Damn.
Maybe try a few shots.
We do got to send a shout out this morning because I don't want this to go because Ross is a good friend of him. I went to school here, but Troy Plummer, the athletic director at Grandview University, was named the Heart of America Conference Athletic Director of the Year. He's now eligible to be the NAIA Athletic Director of the Year. And all Grandview did this past year was win national titles in football, men's soccer, wrestling, and esports. That's national titles. I think they won a total of 6 conference titles, like 180-some plus all-conference performers. He's been the AD for 20-some years at Grandview.
Wow.
That's a guy who just
he is the Grandview Athletic Department. He would hate me to say that, but he is. Travis, you remember what that athletic department was, but it wasn't an athletic department.
Dude, when I went to school there, first of all, it wasn't Grandview University when I went to school. It was Grandview College. And they had basically, these were the sports they had when I was there. Men's basketball, soccer, baseball. Baseball was big under Lou Yosnich.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Duh. Yeah.
There was a tennis team, but let me put this in perspective. My good friend Todd Bailey played on the tennis team. So it was like, do you want to go out for tennis? Sure, we'll play tennis. It wasn't like they were like, anybody want to play tennis? I think there was softball. They had women's basketball, but that was it. I mean, it was a dungy old gym with, and in the tier, baseball was number one because 40, Lou Yosnich made baseball number one.
And he was the athletic director, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Basketball was important maybe 1 year. That's when Nick Nurse, think about this, Nick Nurse was the head coach at Grandview for 1 season.
Right.
1 season.
That wild.
It's crazy.
Why do you discredit your friend's athletic achievements?
Why?
Dave
Because they
Lubbers.
weren't athletic. I don't discredit Dave Lubbers. He discredits himself. When you put on your license plate DMP CD did not play coach's decision, you are discrediting yourself.
So good.
And if you put that out there, I'm going to take it to a completely different level.
Todd Bailey played college tennis. I see that. I see that. You see those pictures of Todd when he was younger? He's scrappy.
Okay.
You think you could take Todd on the tennis court back then?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I couldn't hit a backhand. That was my problem. I could hit a pretty good forehand. Serving wasn't bad. You played to my backhand, you were going to win every single time. Every single time.
We did kind of slide past the tennis conversation in our Nick Nurse interview because we've always talked about Fred Hoiberg, right? How Hoiberg is just good at everything. I bet he's good at ping pong. He's one of those guys that everything he seems to try, he's very naturally talented at. And you learn Nick Nurse is the exact same way. Exact same way.
But I almost think to a bigger level than Fred Hoiberg. Maybe not athletically, but the dude takes keys on the road and plays the piano, right? I mean, that's a completely different level.
I was going to use the word competitiveness because of all the brothers. There was a different dude. The pole vault in the backyard.
Yeah, most people have a hoop. They have a batting cage. But no, at the Nurse family, we're going to put a pole vault pit where I'm like, I think you were surprised too.
Oh, there's no, yeah. Oh my gosh. Cousin Eddie line. I don't think I could be more surprised if I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the carpet. Pole vault is something that I just thought, every time I see it, I think, how does a person even get into that? How does that start? How do you do that the first time and it's a success? It defies the law. It always reminds me of when I was a kid and you'd be shoveling snow and the shovel would hit the crack in the sidewalk and it would like jam into your gut. I'm watching that. I can't believe that there aren't more huge accidents with those. And then to think that they were like kids in the backyard with pole vaults.
If you missed the interview, go back to Monday at 7:30. You can, and that'd be an hour and a half in. You can hear the interview with Nick Nurse, where we talked about the 76ers. We talked about his Nick Nurse Foundation. But that was probably the most enlightening thing. We learned something about Nick every time he comes on. Meaning, last year we were like, you take keyboards on the road? And then he plays yeah. Then we learned, I was a pole vaulter. And then he also wanted to play tennis in high school, but he couldn't.
That's what I was, because he couldn't do tennis because he had, the pole vaulting thing. That he ended up going to state. That he went to state.
Went to state. Yeah.
And then again, the self-deprecation of like, I didn't even get the first height. Yeah, because you were training in your backyard.
If we were to go through Iowa's all-time, like all-arounds, right?
Tavian Banks. Tavian Banks was a superstar soccer player, and a lot of people said could have played professional soccer. I think he had offers.
Really?
Yeah. I saw a thing about Dave Winfield the other day. Now, not an Iowa boy. He was a Minnesota kid.
Dude was a basketball player, dude.
Dave Winfield got drafted in the Major League Baseball draft. He got drafted in the NBA draft. He got drafted in the NFL draft.
Didn't they want him to be a tight end?
Yeah. The Minnesota Vikings were like, this dude's built like a tight end. Let's throw a draft pick at him. In Iowa, the greatest like all-around athletes.
Not even athletes, just like all-around human. Like you look at Nick's, you're like, music. Because music and athletics rarely goes together. Like, I'm not going to be a band geek. The dude loved music. Do you think, I think Nick is well respected in the state of Iowa. Do you think he gets the due because he went to Northern Iowa at a time when Northern Iowa maybe wasn't as popular as it is now going to the NCAA? Do you think he gets the due he should? I'm just throwing that out there.
He's an NBA champion. He's a current NBA head coach. No, I know. We don't make enough about the fact that Nick Nurse is an Iowan and a good dude and a fun guy to talk to, one of us type of thing. No, we don't. I think I get what you're saying there. He doesn't get enough of that praise and didn't want it. I'm guessing.
And loves coming home. I mean, you can see it in his face. He loves coming home.
Yeah, he didn't even do the LeBron thing. He was like, yeah, we've sent our stuff out, but out of my hands.
By the way, and he makes a strong argument of why you should have lots of babies. Because look at the competitions that were formed with your brothers and old school.
I guess if you watched your 4 brothers or 5 brothers do it, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. Good on the first brother. Good on the dad. Good on the dad but he said dad was working. Dad wasn't there. The stories that had to come from that backyard.
Did you have anything in your backyard?
I grew up in a great neighborhood, man. We had brothers all over. The Austins, who you're related to, had a basketball court in their backyard.
Okay.
We basically played baseball in my front yard. The Childs boys had a huge backyard, open field in their backyard where we could play football. And then the Panic brothers had a rectangle yard, and they were soccer guys, so we'd play soccer in their yard. We could do the Olympics walking around the neighborhood.
My neighbor had a full court basketball court. Now, it wasn't, I mean, there was 2 baskets. One I had, it wasn't in my yard, but my dad owned 5 or 6 acres, which was a 1-minute walk. I had a goalpost.
Oh, that's cool.
At one point, I thought I was going to be a kicker. And so he built a goalpost for me out of PVC pipe. So you'd drive up in the property, and there was a goalpost. You could go kick.
Never could get a ball off the ground, Trav. Never. I don't think I could make an extra point. I don't think I ever kicked a ball in my life that would have been 10 feet off the ground, 15 or whatever it is, 17 yards downfield. No.
Fun show today.
Always surprised me.
Are your kids up yet, do you think? You think they're still sleeping?
I think they're still sleeping, yeah.
Well, have fun at the World of Natura or whatever it's called.
Gonna have a great time, man. Have a good day
Anxious
today.
to hear about it. Everybody have a great Wednesday. Brian Duack's going to be joining us tomorrow. Brian, I just saw your text, so I apologize. You're going to have to come up with a special on your own for tomorrow. Brian Duack's joining us. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end unless you're just loitering. It's Central City. We can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City. All this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
The World Cup is heating up, and so are we at Willis Nissan. This July, you can score big with 0% on the rugged Frontier, the practical and fuel-efficient Murano, the full-size Pathfinder, and the compact and modern Rogue. And with up to $5,000 in available customer cash on these models, the savings are even better. So stop into our showroom or head online to willisnissan.com today.
With the Iowa Lottery's new Millionaire for Life game, you could win $1 million a year for life. That could make you a My Dream Job is No Job millionaire, a front row tickets to every show millionaire, a hire a personal glam squad for you and your bestie millionaire.
Yep, a little further.
Or just to never run out of your favorite pickles millionaire. With Millionaire for Life from the Iowa Lottery, you can change your life for life. Play today.
Hi, Noel from Fiskus Jewelers. Thinking about popping the question? Take their breath away with a diamond you can trust. Rare and forever natural diamonds. Thoughtfully selected and pre-screened using advanced technology. If you don't see exactly what you're looking for, we'll custom design it together. Our experienced team is here to help you create something truly meaningful. And let's not forget about the guys. We proudly offer the largest selection of men's wedding bands around. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Your edge with Body Armor Sports Drink. Bold flavors, electrolytes, and hydration that goes the distance. Grab Body Armor before the grind, during the game, and after the win. Body Armor Sports Drink. Hydration that's real and better for you. Pick up Body Armor Sports Drink on your next grocery store run or convenience store trip.
Coming up now, Travis, Ross, and at least one opinion that will get somebody mad online.